What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 16 of the Art Meets Culture podcast. Yes, 16. We're almost on 20, which is a phenomenal number. We're approaching this thick and fast. I can't wait to get to 50 episodes. Do you know what I mean? That's one of the visions, and then we're gonna be on the road to 100, which is going to be a phenomenal number, But yeah, hope everybody's okay. Hope everybody's doing safe. Hope everybody's doing fine, healthy. Hopefully everyone's family's good, which is the main thing. It's been a bit crazy. Apparently, the curve has slowed down just a little bit, but hopefully that's true, and then that everybody can, get back to some normal styles of life. Do you know what I mean? But we stay best and we move. So yeah, this podcast I'm joined by one of my guys, Will McNally. He's a phenomenal human being. You know what I mean? This was the first time me and him, had a conversation, via the call, and just by speaking to him, I can tell he's got fantastic personality. He knows what he wants. He's a man of great faith, which I love. And he's a dapper gentleman as well. Do you know what I mean? Stylish with the suits, and that match his artwork as well. We had literally an organic conversation, even which led into something interesting, that he picked my brain for, was, about getting into, the management level of art, which I'm definitely 100% interested in. And that's something I'm heavily going to be pursuing very soon. So as you're going to hear on the podcast, which is a call out, but this is also a call out here as well. Any artists who are interested in, consulting, and interested in consultant rather, hit me up. Hit me up on the gram, Art Meets Culture on Instagram, and let me know. Do you know what I mean? What you would need help and some representation for. Like, I'm very versed in what I do. I'll give you a little brief background. You know what I mean? Just to sell myself here. Worked at Universal Music, as an intern, moved on to independent record labels, worked with the likes of Deneo, Princess Naya, Julian Marley, worked with a company called Complex. I'm sure you guys have heard of that. They're one of the biggest youth media-led agencies, media companies in the world, you know what I mean? And, there's something I take heavy inspiration from. And, I've also been running Art Meets Music for some years now. So, I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of, and I know I can help artists achieve a level that they can achieve. So shout me. Where I'm at. Hit me up in DMs, and we'll definitely talk, because some magic's happening, and I feel it in my gut. But yeah, check it out. Check it out. What am I talking about? Check it out. See, my brain just turned left there. This is how, because I'll be freestyling these things anyway. So, but yeah, be sure to hit me up on DMs about that. So, make sure you like this podcast. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast through Spotify, through SoundCloud, through iTunes. Leave a comment, leave a like. Be sure to share. Support. I definitely appreciate the support. Yes. And also, thank you so much for the support for, last episode with Ames Designs. It was a phenomenal episode, phenomenal chat, amazing feedback. I'm definitely seeing the comments, there was amazing feedback from it. So thank you. Shout out to all the people who are listening overseas, and especially in the UK as well. Salute to you all. You guys are not forgotten. I salute all you lot. Amazing. But yeah, without further ado, this is Will McNally. He definitely puts his money where his art is, and a man of the people, a man of charity, and you'll get to hear every single thing possible in this pod. So I salute to you, bro. Thank you so much. Put your money where your art is. Art Meets Culture podcast. Let's go. How are you, bro? How's things?
Yeah, very well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Not bad. Kind of enjoying this shitty weather as we're seeing right now. Last week it was shorts, now it's hoodies and trackies.
At least the Ducks are enjoying it.
Yeah. So how's things with you, man?
Things are well. I mean, I'm kind of enjoying this period, locked
Yeah.
in, painting my pieces and stuff. So I'm trying to get as much as done as possible.
Sick, sick, sick.
And yeah, I'm kind of enjoying it, to be totally honest with you. I know a lot of people are saying like they want to get out and do stuff. Obviously, I want to do that as well and meet my friends and
Yeah.
family, but at the same time, I'm taking advantage of the time and just going to town with the paint.
Yeah, because before it's usually we're looking for so much time to do all the stuff that we want to do as creatives, and now
Yeah,
to us this is our millions that we found a million on the floor in regards to time. So now we're just like we're trying to
so
use it
true.
all at once as much as possible rather. And now it's just like let us just enjoy it for now, because when they say everybody back to work, then we're all going to be begging for the time again. So, yeah,
It's true. It's true. So yeah, I'm lapping it up. I'm enjoying it as much as possible. I mean, I think I'm doing potentially the best work I've ever done before,
sick.
and it's given me time to like experiment with different techniques and just go to town with it. But I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I can't complain.
Good, good, good. But yeah, so thank you for coming on board on the podcast. I mean, I've been running around trying to get as much people as possible. Do you know what I mean? And you were definitely on the list. So
Thank you.
let's tell the audience, who you are, what you do, and everything like that.
My name's Will McNally. I'm an artist based in Essex, London area. And yeah, I've been doing modern contemporary art now for about 3 years professionally.
Hmm.
I used to kind of do it years ago, and I thought it
Yeah.
was a bit cringe and a bit,
Serious.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I just thought I was a bit geeky and a bit nerdy.
Mm.
And then there was this one particular day, my auntie, she was doing this charity event,
Yeah.
and she asked me, Jesus Christ, what can we do to raise a bit of money?
I love the accent.
So I thought, I said to her, oh, I can paint. What do you mean you can paint?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, look, I can. I think I'm not too bad at it, you know. I can
Mm.
show you if you like. So we went down to Hobbycraft,
Mm.
and we got these canvases. This is the God's honest truth.
Mm.
And I went back to her house and I started painting the craze. You remember the East End
Yeah,
gangsters,
yeah, yeah. We definitely know them. Yeah.
Ronnie and Reggie? Yeah,
Yeah.
like you know, they've gone out in history. So I thought, you know what, I can paint these guys. And the event was based for some EastEnders. Some of the EastEnders cast were there, so I thought
Okay.
kind of fitting to do it with them there.
Yeah.
So anyway, I started painting, and she goes, "Jesus, that's great. I love this." So I did it, and it went to auction, and I was only about 17, 16, 17.
Yeah.
And I did it to her, but I didn't really tell anyone about I was doing it or anything. So I just kept
Mm.
it kind of on the D-low, just because I just thought it was a bit geeky and a bit nerdy to be able to
Yeah.
paint. And I know it sounds so crazy now, like looking back, and I wish I'd never really had. But when you're young, you have that mindset, and it's different.
Yeah.
So it went to auction. It sold for a few quids, and then I put it on the back burner for ages, and I never did it. I never really picked up a paintbrush till I think like 3 or 4 years ago,
Mm.
and properly went to town with it.
Yeah, no, that's sick. Was that like the beginnings of the art journey of where you were inspired to do art?
See, I've always loved to draw. I've always just been in it's one of these things where it just takes you out of the zone and it kind of relaxes my mind.
Yeah.
So for me, it's kind of a relaxation, and then now it's kind of like a win-win.
Mm.
I'm making money from it, but at the same time, you know, I'm enjoying it and I can relax. And it's
Yeah.
fantastic. You know, been some great opportunities from it. I've met some fantastic people along the way. And I just think it's a blessing. Like I'm just so blessed. And I don't know if you're into religion or anything, but for me, it's
Oh,
just
for
like
sure. Yeah.
I just see it as like I've been given this talent,
Mm.
and if I can give back, you know, like I do a lot of charity work. If I can give back in that sense, that's kind of like my calling.
Yeah.
And obviously make your house look sick,
Yeah.
and you
Yes.
know, and so on.
Yeah. No, that's big. I mean, I definitely, like artists, who add an element of their spirituality into their works. I mean, I have conversations with one of my guys, Kobe. Every time I talk to him, he's giving me quick Bible verses based on what he does and everything, even in his paintings. So it's always,
Okay.
that people put that their I won't say they're spin on beliefs inside their artwork. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah, of
it's
course.
not empty. There's some soul
Yeah.
behind it.
That's it, and that's it, the soul of it. And
Mm.
you know, I'm not one of these guys that Bible bash or talk like trying to I'm not into all of that, but
Mm.
I just feel there's something greater up there, the energy, the spiritual side to it. And I just feel like this is my gift to give back to others. So I kind
Yeah.
of like, if I can, benefit in both ends.
Yeah,
So,
no, that's solid. That's beautiful. So like, how would you like describe your painting techniques? And even looking at that piece behind you now, there's, what's his name? Not
that's Wolfie McDuck. I've like made
Yeah,
up
I was
this
gonna call, I don't know
character.
why I was gonna call him Donald Duck for a second. I was like, it's not Donald Duck. It's the elder one, the rich one. So it's
Well,
that.
that's Scrooge McDuck. Yeah. So I tried
Yeah,
to do a little twist. You know the film Wolf of Wall Street,
yeah.
and he was
I
called
remember it from
Wolfie.
Duck. Was it DuckTales?
DuckTales. You got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly that. Yeah,
So I kind of put my twist on it. Wolfie McDuck. You know the character from Wolf of Wall Street,
yeah.
and then Scrooge McDuck. And because the initials were WM, my name is Will McNally. So I kind of like went with it,
Mm,
Wolfie McDuck. And then his cufflinks, he's got like WM, Wolfie McDuck, Will
yeah,
McNally. So I kind of sign it in the cufflinks and stuff. So it's kind of like a little secret message in there and stuff, just to that,
yeah.
you know.
And like a lot of the stuff, like you paint a lot like pop culture icons and everything like that. Are you like is that your reference more in terms of where you like to paint rather than, or some people paint a portrait of their family and everything like that, but you pick like icons who have changed culture, whether it be in movies or anything like that?
This is it. I love watching films. I'm a big movie buff.
Mm,
So I like to take reference like iconic um, actors, like Al Pacino, De Niro, like these legends. Like
yeah.
I've grown up watching their films, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to paint legends.
Mm,
But then it's just stemmed into like music legends, people I love listening to.
yeah.
So it's kind of stemmed off, and then I get the odd request to do like people's family portraits and stuff, and I love doing that. You come across some special stories, and like some people, like their mum or their dad has passed away, and you get the honor of like actually painting for someone. Like it's an
Yeah.
honor for me to be able to, like, they've come to me to say, look, well, would you mind painting like one of our family members that's passed away? For me, that's a huge honor.
Mm,
That they like want me to. So
mm,
yeah, again, it goes back to enjoying it and wanting to do something that just uplifts people. Like if you look at a painting and it makes you feel a certain way, that's kind of what I want. I want people to feel a certain way. It's more than just looking at it. You need to feel. Like I did a recent piece of Stevie Wonder, and I did it with Braille.
yeah.
Like people obviously blind, they read with Braille, and I thought, you know what, it's sad that they can't see it, so why not be able to feel it?
I'm actually looking at it right now. This is hard. And it does it actually have a proper message within
Yeah,
that, bro?
it's the Stevie Wonder lyrics.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so it's
actually very
kind of
sick.
cool.
That's actually very sick.
I
That's
just
actually
and then I
a
had some girl
great
on Instagram
concept.
reach out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ade. Sorry.
No, that's a great concept because you never really think about who can't see your art because they're visually impaired, and like you give them the feeling within this piece so they can
Yeah,
enjoy it at the same time. So that's
exactly.
levels. I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, I just wanted to be a little different. You always have to be a little bit different in this game.
Mm,
You got a lot of great talent out there, and I love looking at other art. And I just thought I could try and be a little bit different with it.
mm,
And I'm going to do a couple more pieces on that. And a girl reached out to me on Instagram. She's asked if she could give it to like the kids at her school. She works for like blind people.
wow.
She's got blind students in her class and stuff. So
Mm,
she's asked if she could have it, and I said, of course, that'd be a proper
yeah.
honor to have that, in their class.
No, that's good. That's actually touching because it not only does your art reach a lot of people visually, and people even can't see, they get to appreciate it at the same time. Do you know what I mean? You don't even
Yeah,
know what could stem from that. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm even thinking about concepts. It's like, oh, you could try this, you could try that.
yeah.
I mean, they get to know not only the artist, the person who actually wrote those lyrics at the same time, and you can put a powerful message within it as well. Do you know what I mean?
Sure,
That
it's endless.
everybody can appreciate.
Exactly, because I'm actually painting the piece as well. So people that can see and are obviously blessed in that sense can see it, but then they get to touch it and feel it and experience, because it's the outline of his face and you get to feel his face and stuff. So
Mm.
it's different. I just wanted it to be unique.
Yeah, no, that's big. So how did you put all this neon lights into play in your artwork? Because that's something pretty cool that a lot of people ain't doing.
Yeah, neon. I love neon. I love the fact that it's just so bright, it's colourful, it's new, it's vibrant. I think must have been walking down Shoreditch, and I see loads of like signs, East London and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You see that they're so quirky, and I love the vibe that they've got down there.
Mm.
So for me, I try to incorporate bright colours and just make it pop out of the piece. Like I've got a few clients that love the neon pieces,
Mm.
And it's kind of like a showstopper when they come into like their home and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, I just love neon. I just think it's so cool. It's different.
Yeah, yeah. Even like looking at more of your stuff, you expand into making the paintings. How can I put it? Like pop out more, like the Marilyn Monroe piece and stuff like that. It's like you add elements on top of the canvas. Do you know what I mean? What
Yeah.
was the inspiration behind those sort of things that you designed?
Again, it's just going back to being different. Trying to like create something new and fresh, and maybe inspire the next person to go on and want to create something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were saying, like maybe the braille, maybe someone else might come up with a better idea, or they might come up with something more like, oh, that's sick.
Mm-hmm.
And, it might spark something in their mind that they'd be like, oh, yes, I want to do that. So again, it's going back to inspiring as well, and maybe encouraging people want to do better things,
Yeah. I mean, you definitely step up when it comes to the canvas pieces, because it's like people, would usually get a canvas, paint on a canvas, do different techniques, but you get the canvas, paint on it, but add elements. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why have you chosen to do more on your canvas and take it much further?
Good question, man. I just want to be different. I just want it to be unique. It has to be a unique selling point for me. And do you know what? I want it to be fun. I want you, when you look at my pieces, I want it to be like, oh wow, that's cool, that's different. So again, I want it to be fun, and people can think, okay, maybe I could do that as well. Or you don't know what it might inspire for the next person to do, or whatnot. But yeah, again, it's just trying to be unique in that sense and have a unique outlook on art. Because if we was all the same, it'd be a boring place.
Yeah.
It comes with everything, like personalities, same as with art. I want it to be different.
Yeah, because there's an artist from the States called Type Collection. He takes pieces like, so he did this Jordan piece, but he got all Jordan ones.
Oh wow, okay.
Like spray painting them all, but it's like one Jordan piece. He done that for LeBron James with the basketballs and everything like that.
Oh
So
wow.
he like, I see you and him like, in the same realm. Like you just take certain elements and expand on it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, cool.
That's
I'll
definitely.
have to check him out.
Yeah, I'll DM you his stuff, man. He's
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So branding. You're a dapper lad. Do you know what I mean? I'm seeing. I scrolled all the way down. So from your beginning days, you know what I mean? You wear the suits, you know what I mean? You understand the branding from knowing what your art is and knowing what your style is. How have you, developed your brand, and how important is personal branding to you whilst, building your art business?
It's a good question. Do you know what? It goes back to a form of good manners. Dressing well is a form of good manners to me. And I think it's Tom Ford that says it. And my granddad, he grew up dressed immaculate, loved his style, his three-piece suits and stuff. And I thought, why not have a little bit of that incorporated into the artwork, and show myself as kind of like well dressed and well turned out.
Yeah.
It obviously represents me, so I want it to represent my artwork in a good way. And I'm not saying that all people should dress in a suit. For me, it's a particular thing that I like and I enjoy. And I like dressing up. It's kind of a form of art in itself, like matching my ties with my outfit, or my socks with my outfit as well. So, it's little things like that. Again, it's a form of expressing yourself. And you see the greats like Jimi Hendrix, he would wear these vibrant jackets and stuff,
Yeah.
David Bowie, Elvis Presley with his jumpsuits. So for me, I think the suits is something I like to sort of incorporate as well.
Yeah. What's your favorite brand of suits?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I just love a double-breasted suit. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, double-breasted suit. Because I had a year where I was like, I'm just gonna wear suits, and that's because I was like partying heavy in Mayfair for a while. So it was every Saturday I go have a suit on. It'll be this tie, the sick handkerchief in there. But then one day I just said, you know what? Mayfair ain't for me. So I've now just turned into a streetwear guy now. So maybe I'll return to the suits. I'm looking at yours. I'm thinking I'm actually inspired.
Yeah, man. We'll go out and go shopping together.
Oh, for sure. Also, so I mean, Yeah, social media has, played a big role in your career. How has that, help you elevate and actually spread your message across to your fans?
Oh my gosh. Do you know what? It's been unbelievable social media. I'm just so grateful for every single person that likes a picture or shares it. For me, I'm with my mum sometimes or with my girlfriend. I say, look at this. Like, it's amazing. Like, people are like, showing love for something I do.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, I couldn't thank them enough. I've got friends out there that share my stuff. I've got strangers that share my stuff, and like they become friends with you on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. I know, I'm just grateful.
Mm.
I can't express it anymore. I'm just really thankful for them. And social media has been a huge platform. It's opened up so many doors. I mean, I went out to New York with my girlfriend last year,
Mm.
and we was just exploring the galleries out there, and they're unbelievable.
Yeah, they're
You see the
nuts.
works of like Alec Monopoly. You see there's some crazy art pieces out there. But anyway, this particular gallery we went into, and we were just looking around, and I was with my girlfriend Faye, and they come up to you and they say to you, "Oh, you interested in artwork? Are you an artist?" Da da da. And I'm like, "Oh no, we're just looking." And my girlfriend's like, "Oh no, my boyfriend's an artist." And I was just trying to play it down. I didn't
Yeah,
really want
yeah.
to give too much. I didn't want to say anything. I just wanted to appreciate the art that was in there. And then she goes, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah, just a little bit." And my girlfriend, "Stop being modest. Like, come on, show your work, show your work." So I ended up showing this lady in the gallery my work. And she's like, "Oh, okay, wow, okay. Do you mind if I follow you?" I said, "And of course, like, no problem." So we followed each other back, and I thought nothing of it. So
Mm.
anyway, we came out of that gallery, we went into a next one. And again, they come up to you in the gallery. They're so helpful. They're so friendly. And they sort of ask you, like, are you into art? Are you collectors? It's the same sort of spiel
Yeah.
throughout. And again, my girlfriend says, no, no, my boyfriend paints. And I
She
was like,
should.
oh, hey, like, don't do it
Surely,
again.
yeah.
Like, you're embarrassing me. What's
Yeah.
going on? But no, he was like, oh, let's have a look. So again, things stem from there. And by, I don't know what it was. It was mad. It was the same day John Lennon had died, right? Like
Okay.
so many years on.
Mm.
And this particular guy in this gallery was like, whoa, okay, I like this. And we came out and he'd offered me to take a few pieces off me. And
Mm.
that was just by going into a gallery and checking them out. And, it was nuts. I couldn't believe it. So I got back home to London and I got these messages. And the gallery next door had contacted me as well. And she was like, oh, Will, do you mind if we could take a couple of pieces off you?
Yeah.
So again, for other artists listening in and stuff like that, it's good for them to just reach out, go to places, and have a girlfriend that will obviously talk in your behalf. I was a bit
You
shy.
know what I mean? But at least you've got someone great in your corner. Do you know what I mean? Because my missus, she'd be like, no, just go and do it. Just go and do it.
Yeah,
Like it's just almost that you just have to have that faith. Do you know what I mean? But
that's it.
maybe definitely, she's definitely someone special for you because she literally said, look, if you ain't gonna say nothing, I'm gonna say it for you. Because we're
That's it.
not in this
And
game to be modest, you know what I mean?
it's so true. Like, I've got look, my mum as well. My mum's so inspirational for me. She'd go out and it's crazy. She would go out on a night out. This is a little bit off topic, but she'd start talking to girls. This is when I was single, and she'd say,
Yeah.
"Oh Jesus, my son's single. Why don't you message him? He's there on Instagram." And the next morning, I'd get messages on Instagram from these
Yeah.
strange girls.
Yeah.
They was like, "I was talking to your mum in the toilet, and she said that to give you a message."
Hmm.
I'm thinking, "What's going on here?"
You have got like some phenomenal women in your life, man. That's
Oh,
it.
mate, I'm so grateful. And then,
Yeah.
it's just I've got like good friends. My mates are like unbelievable support in terms of support. They're always encouraging me. I had like one mate, Liam.
Hmm.
He put into his diary that I would buy a house from this particular date a year on,
Yeah.
and I think he was out by a couple of months. And from the artwork, I've been able to buy a property,
Nice.
and it's crazy. I can't express to you as much. So I'm just saying, anyone that's out there listening, you have to keep going, never ever give up, and just
Yeah.
keep fighting for what you want.
Nice, positive, man. I think it's, bro, like I love stories that, knowing that you put like your all into your craft and now you're just saying, look, I'm gonna get a house, got the house just off
Yeah,
art. Because it's like some people be like I think I definitely get when you started off saying, you thought art was a little bit geeky because it's like, who did we know back then who made money
exactly.
off of art? Like we know that's close to us. Do you know what I mean? You didn't know
Yeah,
that sort of stuff. All we knew is the people we studied in school, like Picasso's, Basquiat's, and you didn't even know that. Oh, did they
exactly.
own this house or that? Like there was no clear story or clear study. But now
Yeah,
it's like we're living embodiments of people who are going to actually make a living from this. And then
so
bless
true.
the internet, we get to see, you know, like guys like Alec Monopoly lived this immaculate life off of
Yeah,
art. You'd be like, look, this is actually, you know, we can actually obtain this and actually do something from this. You know what I mean? So stories like yours is definitely important for the people who are actually coming in the game and thinking, am I going to make it off of this? Yes, because these
100%.
clear examples of people who actually just put themselves out there.
Yeah, man, for sure. Like if you look at it, like you get artists that sing, you get artists that are like footballer. You know, football. I mean, football's a little bit different, but you get
Mm.
artists in all different sort of genres.
Yeah.
For me, art is like I can paint, I can pick up a paintbrush, and that's my talent. Why
Mm.
not? Why can't I make money like the rest of them are making money?
Yeah.
And that goes for every other artist out there wanting to do something.
Mm.
Really, like believe if you put your mind to something, you can actually achieve anything.
100%. What would you be doing if you weren't doing art? That's just me being curious about it.
Um,
Mm.
we've got a family restaurant.
Okay.
I'll probably be working with my dad.
And
Um,
what's
he
the food in the restaurant?
it's like seafood.
Okay, I love a
Yeah,
seafood.
it's in
Yeah.
Greenwich, Cutty Sark. If you're ever around there,
Yes,
pop
yeah.
in. Or I work. I don't know. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur and do something myself and work for myself. I've never really wanted to work for someone.
Mm.
But at the same time, don't get me wrong, working for someone helps you so much because you can learn from it.
Exactly.
And it's all about learning, especially when you're younger and stuff. But yeah, oh, man, I'm probably into tailoring. I'd probably like to make suits or something like that. That'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So you would have still been creative or an artist in some light.
Yeah, something creative or just help other people. I don't know. It's one of those things. I don't know, man. It's a
You
good
never
question.
know. I definitely probably see you doing a suit line of some form in the near
Never
future.
too late. Yeah,
With a
maybe we
ne-
could do a little collaboration on that.
with a neon pinstripe or something. You never
Yeah,
know. You know, but you know, it's just great to, you know, hear like what would it be if it wasn't for art? Because, you know, we have the stuff that we naturally want to do, but then we have the things that, okay, let me just be safe and do this. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
But it's good that, you know, you took the risk and stuff like that.
You have to take that risk. Yeah.
100%. I mean, what have been like also like challenges for you, you know, going into art or actually just making that step full time into it?
Do you know what? I work in the city, so I work in the city sometimes in the week and stuff.
Mhm.
And there was this one particular time I was in overdraft on my account. I'll never forget it. And I said, look, please God, if there's someone up there,
Mhm.
like send me a message to say like this is what I've got to do.
Yeah.
And I posted, I think, a couple of pictures, and I think I sold one for 50 quid. It was my first ever painting. And then that particular day, I was in like 200 quid overdraft. I know it's probably not much now thinking back, or it probably is a lot. I don't know.
Mm.
However you want to look at it is, I said something to myself. I said, look, if there's someone out there, please send me a message. And within the hour, I'd got someone asking if I could paint them a picture. And I said, yeah, I want 200 quid for it.
Yeah.
And that paid off my overdraft.
Yeah.
So from then on, I thought, you know what? I've got to keep going with this. This has to be my calling.
Mm.
So with the £200 I got, I donated 100 quid of it to charity.
Mm.
And I continued with that. So every time I would sell a painting, I'd donate money to charity. So that's kind of like my thing to do,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, and I listen again. It goes back to I've got so many people that are out there helping me and encouraging me, and that's for me as well is a big thing. You know, if you the people you're around, you're a product of your environment,
100%.
and I've got so many people that encourage me. And if I had longer to tell you, I'd give you the whole names of all of them. But do you know what? I've got Luke. I think you spoke to him.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna, you know, get on to Luke. You know, like how is he support you? Because he's a passionate young guy. Do you know what I mean? And when we were having our conversation, I was like, he's literally on the ball,
He's
on
on the
something,
ball.
and he's got, you know, a great client in you. And you know, it's like even hearing how you speak and how you articulate yourself. I'm like, these guys sound like they're a great team and they're onto something. So how has he supported you through this, through his management and representation?
Apart from like all the artwork and stuff, well, I see him as a good friend. Like he's a true gent. He'd do anything for you as a person. Like he's one of those type of dudes that he would help you out. He's very positive. He's always laughing. He's always, you know, he's on the ball.
Hmm.
So that aside, business wise, he knows what he wants. He's got his head screwed on, and together we're sort of going in the right direction. We've
Mhm.
set up a few things where we're currently going into a gallery in Mayfair, Grove Galleries,
Yeah,
which is going to be huge. You'll have to come down when we do an event.
100%.
And the guys he's introduced me to are absolute gents as well. You know, there's a guy called James there, and he's brilliant as well. But getting back to Luke, Luke for me has just been he's been a standout guy. He's always encouraging me. He's always putting me in the right directions. He's helping me with certain clients. So yeah, for Luke, for me, he's a friend, but not just that, but we're doing little business adventures together as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's a standout character. He's a good guy.
No, solid. You know, I definitely shout out to him. Definitely respect him. But how has also, you know, well, how can management, you know, help elevate people? I mean, not everybody's gonna find a manager at this moment in time, but how do you feel it helps the artists?
It's more of getting you the contacts. Management, you have to kind of do that in your own sort of accord. You know, for me, it's paint as much as I can, and then let Luke get the contacts for me, or social media will get the contact to me, or I've got like I'm currently representing the New York as well, so they're obviously representing me and getting me clients as well.
Yeah.
It's all about getting out there and connecting with people. Like, it was crazy the other night, this guy was on live. I went to school with him. He's Sterry, his name is, and he's fantastic on the guitar, the piano. And he gave me a little shout out on his live video, and from that I got a sale of a print. And you know, it's so crazy. You've got to be in the right place at the right time as well for most of this stuff. But for me, it's just, you need to be focused, and management is definitely key. Time management is definitely key.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, there's so much to it. But for me, it's just getting the painting done, and then obviously hoping that people love it.
Yeah. No, that's massive. Because, you know, a lot of artists now, I mean, a few said, oh, we're looking for management. And I think that's just because they just want to be full-time creatives and just focus on the art in itself. But definitely they're going to have like an element of management skills up until the point where a gallery or a agency decides to rep them.
Yeah, for sure. Like, obviously Luke's got some serious pieces. You know, his family's got some serious art pieces. I think he spoke about that before. So he's kind of got a niche for the art game already.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, for him, this is a win-win for him as well. You know, he loves it, and he can make a few quid from it as well, you know? So it's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah.
What about you? Is that something that you'd like to do?
What, manage an artist?
Management, yeah.
100%. That's
Have you done it before?
Thing is, predominantly I managed music artists for a while.
Okay.
So when I started, it was more, I wanted to be A&R, Russell Simmons, Diddy. I wanted to do all this shit. Then I realized that music artists are probably the most difficult people in the world. You know what I mean? So I then, you know, turned my attention to the art world, and technically I've kind of have been doing some form of management, whether it be consulting for a few artists in terms of doing solo shows or stuff like that, or even doing some representation. But management, definitely, because I come from music background, brand partnership background. And it's like, I've already had these contacts there with so many great brands that are just massive around the world. So it's just like, okay, cool. I'll pick you, then I'll manage. So you said it, but that's what's in the works currently as well. So I'm just gonna definitely, anybody listening, I am looking for people to manage. I'm just gonna actually put that out there. So if you want to be,
so what is it, art or just music?
Just gonna be art based, literally art based. So if anybody needs representation and consulting, that's something I can definitely do on the branding front and you know, the contact front. So
I think you'd be great at it.
This is my announcement. You've kind of pushed me to it. See, we're pushing it. You know what I mean? But definitely,
we'll talk. I'll talk to you after as well. We'll get into the DMs, and we'll get Luke to sort of hook you up and sort of give you a little bit of maybe a guidance.
Yeah,
maybe not too much, but just help you and show you maybe what you could do and stuff. I mean, you're pretty sussed already as it is, but
yeah, because
a little bit more might help.
I'm definitely aware of. I'm very aware of how this art industry can blow, and that's just how I've studied, you know, past artists and their industries. Even now, it's like the internet is one thing, but when you start looking at Art Basels, and I've literally watched so many Art Basel visuals, even spoken to the people, because I was supposed to do an Art Basel exhibition 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Having conversations with them and say, look, this is what we want to do. and the capacity to do something so massive, and how they see the community already. It's like, I know exactly what to do. One, I just need the right artist with the right mind, and it's just point blank easy from there, because I can network the hell out of anywhere and just create a deal out of something. But yeah, 100% definite. That's a
You
next
should.
major step. Do you know what I mean? So it's out there now. I'm gonna have to do a little profile very soon. But by the time this
Yes.
comes out, I'm definitely ready. Thanks for even pushing that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, there's definitely stuff that I want to do, but management is definitely one on the art front.
You're doing good with this, man. I appreciate everything you're doing with this. This is
No
great,
worries.
especially for the other artists. I'm sure, like, I'm
Mm.
speaking on behalf of all of those as well. Like, they must be appreciating what you're doing, especially during this time as well.
Yeah, I mean it's amazing to see. I mean, usually it's I just talk to everybody through DMs, like like yourself, and it's just, hey, you good, love your work, make your art of the
Yeah,
day, your artist of the day, and just literally to see how I can help and add value from there. But what I wanted and what I've always wanted was just to hear more stories, from the artist, because I feel as though that I don't I personally don't want people just to look at your pages and think, oh yeah, they just draw. That's
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like, no, there's some personality and there's some stories behind all these artists, like your music acts. Because it's like a lot of the time people complain about music acts don't do enough interviews and they don't know much about them, so they don't want to
okay,
get into their music. But someone's hearing your story, you've got some spirituality into you, you believe in God. Those are the key things that brings new fans. It just
for
brings
sure.
more fans, but like, oh, he believes in God. Okay, cool, I'm gonna buy this piece just off the back of that. Do you know what I mean? So it's those details that I wanted expressed more within us, you know what I mean? Because I feel as though that's gonna help drive it at the same time, as well as being talented, you know what I mean, and what I do. Because we have many talented artists, but it's like we need to know the shit ones from the good ones, who's got personality, who's great,
Yeah,
and it's like that's how you buy into the brand, you know what I mean?
exactly. You need a bit of character. That this game can be a bit dull. You just need a bit more color.
Mhm.
Pardon the pun, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? Even like watching like have you watched the Michael Jordan documentary?
I haven't seen it. Is it
Yeah.
any good?
Get onto Netflix very soon.
Okay.
It's amazing, but it's amazing to see that a guy like Michael Jordan, with the personality he had and the talent he had, he molded that together, and he just created this brand that's just lived on even
Wow.
like well beyond his years. You know what I mean? It's even when he, God forbid, when he leaves this earth, the Jordan brand is just forever going to be here. You
Legend.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the stories, the history, what happened, how we developed, how we grew up, how we just pushed as a brand. Like those are the sort of things, I mean, you can see it from like entrepreneurs you paint, and entrepreneurs like the Wolf of Wall Street, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. You can see stories like that. The DiCaprio played him in a movie. He didn't think about that when he was coming up.
Mad.
DiCaprio was going to play me in the movie. Like certain things, stories, brands, art lives on. Do you know what I mean?
It's so true. It's so true.
Mm,
But yeah, man. It's
yeah.
there's so much. There's so much you could. I mean, it's endless. There's so many things you could do with it, and I hope you do as well. Going back to what you were saying about getting into the art thing, get into it, because what you're doing now is this essence. It's kind of like you're pushing it already. You
Yeah.
just need to get some artists on board and
Yeah.
encourage them, and again drive them into the right direction. If you get the right artists, the right people that you feel like you can get along with and make
Yeah.
some moves with, then you should definitely do it.
Nah, solid.
100%.
Listen, I'm on it. I'm
Please.
hungry as ever. Do you know what I mean? It's like, for me, it's like, this is another venture for me that I can definitely tackle and, just put on, not only, managing artists, but also supporting artists who I'm not even managing at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So there's never a window closed, because it's just like everybody started from somewhere.
So true.
When we even started like the whole, brand in the first place, the first event was unknown artists who weren't getting into galleries and everything like that. And I just said, look, come on board, come on board. And now they've gone on to do like phenomenal things, like with
Oh wow. Okay.
um, Adidas, Nikes, got Kobe, who works with Disturb in London, Stazzy doing stuff for Arsenal and stuff like that. So it's just like, it's great to see the progression of each artist, you know what I mean? And it's a clear view, but I definitely know what to do when we have a conversation.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll break it down a little bit more, do you know what I mean? But
Because we met
yeah,
in Mayfair, didn't we? I think you came to the gallery in Mayfair.
yeah, I came to that show. That venue's, I'm in love with that whole entire gallery space. I
That
went
was
in there,
brilliant, wasn't it? Yeah.
insane, but it was great to see, everybody's pieces, and it was just it was the most detailed pieces I've ever seen in a while. Do you know what I mean? Coming from, you know, guys who just come off Instagram, because you never know that stuff. You know what I mean? Everybody
Yeah.
else who's in like different galleries are either like old, not around our age range, or don't showcase the stuff that we want to see. So it's always great to see that.
There was some great talent there that night, and great people as well. You mix with people that you'd never really mix with, like in general, and it was just a good night overall.
Yeah.
But more stuff like that as well. Like definitely for you, it might encourage you as well to meet more people. I'm sure you're
Oh,
doing it anyway.
100%. I've been speaking with the missus quite a bit this week. I've got one key thing that I want to do that I won't say just yet, but
Okay.
that what I'm gonna do next, it's like few year project. I don't even want to put any years on it. I'd say it happens when it happens. But
Yeah.
I think that is what I feel, you know, the legacy of things would be, you know what I mean? But, you know, we're trying to do, well, more digital stuff, but less of it, but bringing it into real life perspective so people can actually start really appreciating what art is.
Okay. I'm looking forward to this. But speak it into existence. Maybe not to me, but to the missus,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I already told her today. I wrote it all down. I've literally just wrote it
Good.
down, had a prayer about
Get
it,
it
and
out
then
there.
put it out there. So yeah, man. But yeah,
Great.
the scene in Essex is like I'm either interviewing a few artists from Essex or talking with a lot of them. And how is that scene in Essex? Is it like a known scene that everybody knows? Oh, these are the art guys. Do you know what I mean? Because we have that in London. Like, what's the scene like in Essex?
Um, you know what? There's some great people, great artists from Essex. I personally like know them all through Instagram. It's probably not face to face.
Hmm.
Um, but again, it's just like stuff like this, or I don't know. I don't really know them personally, like face to face. But you obviously you get DM'd on Instagram
Yeah.
and stuff. Um, I'd like to think that I'm up there with some of the greats in Essex and stuff, and maybe in London, maybe in the
Oh, for
UK.
sure.
Like I'd like to think that I'm definitely on the way to like being one of
Hmm.
the great artists of the UK, and hopefully it's in New York at the moment as well. So I'm trying to
Yeah.
get my pieces worldwide and not just keep it to one platform over here.
Yeah, nice. It's even good that, you know, you're getting pieces overseas as well, because like that's something that I haven't heard of too much. You know, I mean, you know, being in the art game for a minute, that people from the UK that I've known that's getting their stuff overseas, but that was just you just having a conversation. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's
This is
definitely
it
for artists to like now start really having conversations with certain galleries and seeing how far it can take them. Do you know what I mean? Based on the portfolio that they have.
for
Um,
sure.
with the gallery, was it about? I mean, they focus more on the talent over the Instagram following, did they?
This is it. Yeah. So they obviously see my work. They didn't know how many followers I had or anything. I was just showing them pictures and stuff.
Yeah,
And yeah, I mean, they liked it. They got in contact with me, and then I did a 3-piece deal. So I gave them 3 pieces, and that's kind of how it works with when you're starting off, and you don't want to get trapped into any like sort of deals. And if there's any artists out there listening, they want the freedom, and I'm sure they can understand. And if you go into like contracts and stuff, it can sort of restrict you. But again, it depends on the gallery you're working with. But with this one I'm working with, they're giving me the freedom to do other stuff.
yeah.
It's just they want exclusive pieces,
Mm.
which they can say to their clients, look, we've got these 3 exclusive pieces.
Hmm.
And then obviously go from there. And then when they sell those, it's another 3 and so on. So again, it's being exclusive, having originals, and then they'll do probably a print run where they
Yeah,
get limited edition prints.
yeah,
And that's kind of how it works. Well, I feel comfortable doing it like that. So it
yeah.
works for me.
No, that's solid, because you know a lot of people would think, you know, either the following should carry them, or they're, you know, put off by the fact that, oh, I only have like a couple hundred, a couple thousand, they're going to take me serious. But I think if the talent is there, it's just going to shine through regardless. You know what I
Sure,
mean?
for
And
sure.
that's you're a living testament to that. So that's positive.
1,000,000%. Yeah, I mean, talent will get you so far, and then you just need that extra boost to get you in through the door, and a bit of hard work. Trust
Mm.
me, it pays off. I'm living testament for it happening.
Yeah,
It's happened.
yeah.
So anyone out there, any artist listening, please keep going. You'll get months where you don't sell a thing, and it might think, oh God, what am I going to do? But keep going, and then it will come.
Yeah.
Believe in the process. You have to keep believing in it.
100%. I'm a man about the process, so I definitely get that. So,
Even for you, like, even
mm.
if it's not art you're doing, you want to drive into that sort of industry, but keep going with it, and it will
Oh,
eventually happen.
100%. This is literally the marathon of marathons.
Yeah,
And I've always said that, this is not a game where you instantly get that reward so quickly. So if you don't really love it, you're not going to last very long,
this is
because
it.
it doesn't reward you fast. But what I do enjoy and what I get out of it is just the love of supporting artists and getting their mindset right
Yeah,
for what is to come or what they can achieve. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just like, we've had DMs from, artists, like the actors rather, and they've just like said, "Oh, we love the artwork of this artist. How do we
yeah.
get in contact?" And
Okay.
it's just like, okay, it's working. Do you know what I mean? Then we pair them together, and then they're gifting or even selling some of their pieces towards them. So it's just like, this slowly happens. The more we support, the more we put out there, the more we get back in order to support the artist. So it's definitely a long-term game that,
You're in essence
yeah.
kind of like the middleman. You should be taking your cut from a financial business point of view.
Of course, of course.
Make
Listen,
sure you get your cut.
we always do. So that's like the main thing. But now it's just like, I've now made like great contacts. This is just me having great relationships with people who actually who've pushed me to do things like this. Like one of my friends, Didi, he's one of my mentors who's pushed me to do the art events, and his barber is cutting the hair of Christian Pulisic from Chelsea.
Okay.
So now I know
Wow.
that's it in. It's like, okay, we know what to do. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I have
Opening
I
doors.
have those like high level of contacts, and for me, it's just like, I know exactly what to do and how to actually word it, and how to actually package it for these stars to actually start buying into, the art world and investing in that. Because put it this way, the Chelsea lads, they're all like 20s, in their 20s, and you can catch them all early. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
like back in the day when it's like, how do I get to Bex or how do I get to Frank? You know what I mean? It's like, these guys are an Instagram chat away, or at least two people who can get to this person and that person. Do you know what I mean? And actually just showing them the quality and high level of art and actually selling that to them. So that's what we're looking for.
Exactly. They're so accessible now as well. Like you can reach out, and Instagram is great as well. I mean, if they read their DMs, they'll probably message you back and stuff. But yeah, like you said, it's all about contacts
Yeah.
and just connecting the dots.
Mm.
But for me, I was working in the city, and this lady, her husband works for Universal Studios,
Mm-hmm.
and Universal Studios approached me then to do their main office, their feature wall.
Okay.
I also did a piece of Pavarotti, and
Mm.
his wife, actually his widow, got to see the piece with
Amazing.
the daughter, and for them, they like, the guy messaged me saying like, Will, like, they really like it and stuff. So for
Mm.
me, it's an honor to do stuff like that. Did stuff with Warner Brothers. Again, that's from social media, and there's a
Yeah.
great contact there, lovely girl.
What'd you do with Warner Brothers?
Warner Brothers was, do you remember Mortal Kombat?
Yeah. Never
So
forget
they
that.
had this bust, and it was Scorpion,
Mm.
and I made it glow up in the dark. They were sending it out to their clients, and I
Okay.
was doing unique one-off pieces.
Mm.
I did one unique one. It was the mask for Scorpion, and it blew
Mm.
up in the dark. It was pretty
Sick.
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 It was just the concept was sick. I'm not trying to like
Yeah.
blow my own trumpet here. The
No,
concept.
no, bro. Listen, blow away, man. That's those are the sort of stuff that I like to hear. So
I don't want to
connecting
come
with,
across as arrogant.
like connecting with, a brand, but then also they allow you to put your spin on it and stuff that you're about. You know what I mean? And not be like, oh, could you just draw us a little sketch here? We'll bring
Yeah,
you a couple of tickets to the event, and that's that. You know what I mean? So it's always great that I hear that brands and companies um connect with artists and actually do things the right way. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. Again, it's connecting the dots, and to be blessed that you get put into the right situations at the right time.
Mm.
And if you're out there and you're not getting it, it will come. You just have to believe in the process. That's my sort of motto. Just believe in it and it will happen.
Yeah. Who's been your inspirations, during this journey?
Inspiration. Listen, my mum, my dad, my family. And that might sound very cliche and very cringe, but they're the ones that encourage me. They're the ones that are like, they see the blood, sweat, and tears that go into it.
Yeah.
So for me, like, firstly, and then obviously, I'm a firm believer in there's something greater up there,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it, God or whatever.
Mm.
And I believe that He's looking after me in some sort of sense. And then, yeah, I mean, I've got um, great friends that always encourage me. And it's behind the scenes that, you know, some people on social media won't see, but
Mm.
they're always encouraging me. They're always checking in. How you doing? Well, what piece you working on? You know, it's just little things like that go such a small way. So yeah, I'm blessed. I'm so grateful. And every day I wake up and I'm just so grateful.
Yeah. Solid, man. What advice would you give to like artists coming up? Like three pieces of advice.
3 pieces of advice. First, try something different. Do something that you never think you'd ever do in your life. Like for me, recently I did. There was a guy who passed away, a legend. Her dad passed, and I did his tie on the actual piece. Like he had passed away, but it was one of the ties he used to wear.
Mm.
And we had it hand stitched. Faye's dad helped me hand stitch it into the piece, and it looked class. He's like, um, he's he works for Dunhill, and he's a magician with his hands as well. He obviously works with leather and stuff, and he helped me do that. So that'd be one advice: try stuff that you'd never do before, like try something different. Second advice is don't give up. You must always try and push yourself. And I know it's easier said than done, but if you truly believe in yourself and you push on, you can make it. I'm living testament to it. I sold my first piece for 50 quid,
Mm.
and I bought a house the other day, like 3 or 4 years on. It's nuts. And third advice, be grateful for the people that are in your life that are encouraging you. And you know, people that are harsh with your, like they say, oh no, I don't really like that. Appreciate their opinions as well.
Yeah.
Even though you might not like it, but just take it on board. Like if they're saying, oh, maybe there could be a different color, or, you know, don't always knock it, and don't always be so putting your back up for it. Do you know what I mean? If that
Yeah.
makes sense. Kind of like take it all in, learn, and keep learning. Always, never be afraid to keep learning and keep growing with it. That would probably be my third advice.
No, that's solid. And, you know, it's always good to end on such a positive, because I feel as though that we've said the story, we spoke about everything, but ending on something where we can actually inspire, you know, our peers, the next generation, and, you know, and people who are going to be hearing this in the future or even now, just to, you know, have appreciation, do something different, you know what I mean, and always strive for greatness. So definitely I appreciate you on this one, bro.
I appreciate you
Yeah. Oh, thank
for
you.
doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you so
No
much.
worries. But definitely,
Keep
you
doing
know,
it.
where can we, you know, the audience find you?
Social media,
Yeah.
Will McNally Art. You can catch me on there. Obviously, I follow you, so maybe they can
Yeah.
go for your followers. And like, where can my followers follow you?
Art Meets Culture, Instagram, A Meets Culture, Twitter, Art Meets Culture, YouTube. We're gonna have some YouTube content. Well, we're working on some dope stuff.
Okay.
Once this quarantine decides to fly away, we're back on the content game.
Right.
But for now, you know, Art Meets Culture, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. Where else? Where else am I?
eBay,
Maybe.
Amazon. Soon.
Facebook. No, we're on Pinterest as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
Pinterest is cool. I
Pinterest.
like
Pinterest
Pinterest.
is something that, you know, I look to for inspiration. But we're on Pinterest. But yeah, that's all of us on everywhere. All right,
Okay,
bro.
okay, great.
Cool.
Appreciate your time, man. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
All right. Take care. We'll holler.
Take care.
All right.